Hello and welcome to Tavern Banter, everyone. Is Pepsi okay?
Is that what this is?
Yeah, that's not Pepsi.
Ah.
That's why it tastes not good.
I'm Caleb.
Oh yeah, I'm Luke. Hi, you may not have met us before. I forgot we do introductions. I'm just so used to knowing who you
We're
are.
up to episode 4 and you still can't get the hang of this.
No, I'll always be bad at intros. But I'm really good at outros.
I've heard that.
Yeah. But you know who did do a good outro? Speaking of good segues, The Project.
They have been cancelled.
They have been cancelled.
Finally, after... How long do you think... When did they first start airing? Early 2000s? Or No, not early 2000s.
No. 2012?
That sounds about right.
In that area?
Because I feel like I was in high school.
Yeah, it was in high school. I remember when it first started airing and it was pretty fun.
For those who don't know, The Project...
2009? Jeez!
For those who don't know, The Project is sort of a comedian news outlet here in Australian live television.
It is.
And they have had a rough go of it on the 13 years. Am I doing my math right? 13 years they've aired? No.
16 years.
16 years they've aired.
16 years. Yeah, I remember when they first started.
We learn a lot about each other here on Tavern Banter.
I've long since learned that you can't do maths, but now the audience knows.
But that's what I mean.
Sorry,
what about them?
What about them? Put down in the comments if you can't do maths. But yeah, I remember when they first started. Obviously not the year, but I can't remember the exact host, but he was pretty good. It was just a new news show, like late night news show.
Well, the whole premise originally was that they took whatever relevant news was happening and then they did a spin on it. They made it light, funny, like something to make audiences aware what was happening, but not be so depressing.
Yeah, it made
that the news
consumable.
Often is. But I think, from what I remember, I think after their third or fourth season, that it became really like leftist. Like really, it was like
very highly leftist.
Like high leftist, like woke, like chasing that sort of like.
It sucks to not be able to say woke ironically here.
I know what you mean.
Often, but yeah, like
I think the problem I have with like The Project specifically doing woke content is that none of them actually are like so. What I mean by that is they are all rich individuals that are like they are not they aren't actually helping any of the agendas that we usually associate with like wokeness.
They're I guess white knighting is sort of the thing. Like it's like when, you know, a company puts on the pride flag on their Twitter. Like, we're supporting pride.
We're an ally.
Like, no, you're not, but sure, continue.
I think that they just use it as a selling point, without actually like solving any. They're capitalizing off.
That's the demographic they're leaning towards, and they're just trying
and they're capitalizing off that agenda, which I think is a bit scummy.
I don't think so.
Like in my opinion.
Yeah, I also think it's a formula that kind of TV show of like late night that they really tried to get going in Australia, that I just don't think Australia really cares about late night TV shows and late night hosts.
Not so much, especially since the streaming service came on. They're like, the people I know, besides I think some of like our parents' generation, still watch live TV, I guess, in a sense.
Or just TV in general.
But the people our age and younger, like, it's all about just streaming services. Like, what we can get on demand without ads.
When was the last time you watched TV? Genuinely, not on YouTube, not streaming. You turn on Channel 10, you know, and like The Simpsons are playing on TV, or you turn on Channel 9 and it's some awful news show that no one wants to watch, but 70-year-olds. Sorry about that. I hate
for me,
those
it's
shows.
a bit of a different case. I used to live with my nan and like my great nan, and she would watch like the news and.
Would she watch 60 Minutes?
Yes, I think so.
That's the one that all old people watch.
I vaguely remember that.
My nan watched it every night. It killed us because she was deaf, so she had it full blast. We just hear 60 Minutes go. Tick, ding ding ding, like the intro. Oh,
My nan didn't like. She had like hearing aids. But she didn't like using them, or she forgot to turn them on most of the time. So, but she didn't turn the volume up loud. She was a very considerate old lady.
Oh, mine
But
wasn't.
she always had to have the subtitles on.
See, we could turn the subtitles on for my nan, but I don't think she'd be able to
She
see
couldn't
them.
read them.
Just like, what's happening? In the end, when COVID stuff was happening, Mum would just put on Doc Martin's TV show about is it a veterinarian?
What?
I can't remember. No, he wasn't a veterinarian. He was just a doctor. Doc Martin was a TV show that my nan loved. And I think she watched it on repeat to the point where she was like, why is this happening again? I thought they were together. They're not together anymore. Mum was like, oh, we've let her watch it too many times. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, we're talking about something else. I got sidetracked there.
The project.
Yeah. It's cancelled. It's over now.
No, yeah, and I think they've had not a good run, but they've definitely outlasted their time.
Yeah.
And I think it is a good thing that we're finally closing that book on that type of media.
They really came in very late to their time, but they did outlast it still. Honestly, kind of impressive. I feel like it started well, but like all kind of news-based shows, certain political parties sort of either buy it out or they become certainly one-sided and sort of natural in the end. Yeah.
The other thing we were talking about before about like early 2000s, like when the project was like...
We certainly were, even though it came out late 2009 and we both thought 2012.
We did. But something I wanted to talk to you about specifically was retro gaming. And what I mean by that is like from 1995 to like 2010.
Yep.
Like when we, at least for me, and I believe it would be you as well.
Correct.
But
both of us born in 1996, so yes, this is retro for us.
The peak time of like gaming for us, where we felt that games had so much life in them.
Yeah, our childhood.
They built our culture essentially.
Wow. That is, yeah.
I would say that.
They did. It's never been put in that phrase. Like, these games built our culture.
You've never thought about it like
well,
that.
normally people just say, it was my childhood. It informed, or built our culture is a new one. But I like it. I think I agree. So what do you want to touch on first?
Well, the thing I've been like, so I've recently gone to Switch 2, and something that they offer with their subscription services is access to like all the old Nintendo console games. And looking at all of them, there are so many that I actually didn't get a chance to play. And one of them was like the old Banjo-Kazooie games. That
Very good game.
Yeah, but I've never had a chance to play those.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda Wind Waker on the GameCube.
Very good game.
A
lot of these I have played, but some of them I haven't.
The old Metroid. Like Super Metroid.
Super Metroid. Metroid Prime will be coming out on the GameCube soon, hopefully.
That fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I think it's almost guaranteed.
And like, so this is what I've been playing recently, and that's what like got me thinking about this.
Yeah.
And before like any of you say, I am a big fan of like old Nintendo stuff. I wouldn't say I'm...
Go down, please.
Yeah.
So our barkeep has looked up when does a game become retro?
Yeah, when does a game become retro?
So I think it's subjective personally, because like yes, retro could be more arcadey, like arcade cabinets.
Like sure, what you mean like
the original Jumpman, for example, but we can still play that in other ways.
Or
I think
Space Invader?
Or Space Invader. I think at this point, Nintendo 64 should at least be considered somewhat retro by
Well, it was over
age.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, not over.
No, it's not. Sorry, not over 30 years
not
ago.
over 30.
It's about our age.
It's nearly, yeah. We are nearly 30.
oh.
My gosh.
I forgot.
When we talk about the Super Nintendo, the
SNES.
SNES, like that was before we were born.
Yeah, and that is considered retro.
So, Reddit says anything 15 years or older. And
That's insane.
That's a bit too young, to be honest.
The Google AI overview says 20 years or older.
See, I always liked AI.
You're just saying that when they rise up, they won't kill you.
My eye raise at you guys referring to something as retro was when you referred to stuff made in the 2000s and like early 2010s as retro. I was like,
Well,
the GameCube's not retro.
We're in 2025.
GameCube's getting close.
It's getting close to retro.
Like we're in 2025,
Yeah.
and so if it's before
Gosh.
2010, that's nearly 15 years.
It's 15 years.
So if it is even earlier, like
It's over
closer to
15 years.
2000, it's
Yeah.
over 15 years.
Yeah.
Like I think I am on the money with this one.
The Wii is 2006.
So I guess the GameCube is retro.
GameCube
Yeah.
is retro. Surely the
GameCube's-
Wii. Well, that's the thing. Because what is?
Early Wii, but not Wii U.
Agreed.
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 Doctor.
Doctor.
Is that the essence?
What about the what?
DS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be because that was before the Wii as well.
I think up to the DSi.
3DS?
No, not 3DS. Because 3DS was continued to be relevant for a long time. But I reckon DSi and backwards is retro.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, I
DSi was the
agree.
very first time like they were going camera technology and weird stuff.
Now that we've established that I was right,
I have a DSi as well.
I still have it.
they ignore
Mine's
me.
somewhere in the background, and not here.
Now that
Now we know you're right.
Now that we know I'm right, and we are talking about retro games,
Retro games. Thank you, barkeep.
I'd like to
Stick
get
pour my
back get back to the topic. But these are the games I've been thinking about. What is your favorite? Like, I know this is probably a hard question. What would you say in that era? Like, so
Of retro of like 1996 to like
Before
2010.
2010.
Before 2010. That's a good marker.
what would you say the most iconic game for you
For
would
me?
be? Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of good ones.
I'm gonna put a staple here because we're both big fans of Pokemon, but I'm gonna take that
You're
one.
a bigger fan, but yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take that out. I think I know what your answer is going to be, though.
Okay, I'm between two. You're probably correct on the guess for at least one of them. Because my favorite like game from childhood of all time is Ocarina of Time.
I was gonna say Majora's Mask, but I
Oh,
feel
a little close. I do love Majora's Mask, but
you talk about it a lot.
well, Ocarina of Time was just my first one.
That's fair.
And that's why.
fair. You always remember your first.
You do, and I play it every year. So
That's great.
I play it every year. I didn't play it last year, but I need to. It's older than our barkeep.
It's older than our barkeep.
It's I think
98.
yeah, it's 2 years younger than me. So imagine that.
Yeah. So
But yeah.
would that be it? Would you lock that in?
Yeah, I think I would. I just have so many memories of like both watching my brother, growing up watching my brother play it, my sister play it, and then myself getting help from dad. It was one of those games where like we would sit down and have a walkthrough. It's the one game where I was playing it and my dad, I was trying to print off a walkthrough for it because I was a stupid kid, didn't know it's way easier than I thought. But I would
like actually print it out. Like you sit at a printer.
we had a printer. I went to a website online. This is sort of not the semi-early days of the internet, but like early days for me. And I went to Legend of Zelda walkthrough, and I found a file that had every step-by-step process.
Yep.
And I went, I'll print that. And my dad walked into the office as I was about to print it. He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm printing off a walkthrough." He goes, "Okay, give me a minute." And I step outside, and he comes out, I think, 20 minutes later with a fully formatted booklet, A5 size, with a picture on the front and an index.
like that
That he just made then.
Oh.
He just did it right then. He went, "Here you go," and I had a walkthrough book.
Thanks, Dad.
I'm like, "Thanks, Dad," and I went off and I played it, and it was that kind of. This is the first adventure I ever had as a playing video games. So yeah, I think that's probably the biggest influence of my childhood.
Just on that note, before I give my answer,
Yeah.
would you say that? Because I've often thought about this. Do you think walkthroughs, or like looking up a walkthrough, ruins a first time experience?
I think it depends. It really depends on the game. For a game like, I'm gonna make a really like long shot of a reference, but for a game that's like a mystery based, like Return of the Obra Dinn, which is a game where you walk around a ship and you have to learn how crews died, members of the crew of a ship died. That would ruin the experience because the fun part is figuring it out. I think games like Legend of Zelda, or even like hard games like Dark Souls, where you're not quite sure where to go, and the challenge itself is just playing the game rather
Is
than
the skill of playing
the skill of
not
playing
really?
I think that can help enhance the experience first off, because I think there's a lot of games I would have given up on as a kid had I not had the help to get through it in the first place.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think Dark Souls is like a great example for me in that case because every Dark Souls I've played, I have needed the walkthrough because I already get like frustrated with that skill like wall, like getting up to a certain boss and then actually having to beat it essentially. So I always like the walkthrough to sort of know what I should be doing and where to go. Because I don't need both frustration. Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just a nice little crutch to get you through it. That's kind of what helps people play like Dark Souls, exactly, and that thing, because...
Especially if you're new to the series as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because otherwise, I mean, I gave up on my first Dark Souls playthrough. I gave up, I think, twice before I finally beat it, like, years later. Because it's just a hard game.
No. I agree.
What's your answer?
I'm gonna need TechCon to look this up.
You don't even know your own answer.
No. It might not... I think it is before 2010. And this is gonna be like a total left field, but Kingdom Hearts is actually probably my...
I think it is before 2010. I
think
hate
it's 2004?
It's the PS2, so
yeah.
It must be. I despise...
I know you despise it.
I don't despise Kingdom Hearts. That's too strong a word.
You hate what it represents.
It's the... Yeah. Genuinely, actually. What it's become. I think it started off great.
Wow. I was
2002! Yeah, that makes sense.
No, and I'll tell you why.
We're old. Yeah.
So Kingdom Hearts was a game like that I had the same sort of experience. I watched my older brother play it.
Oh, yes.
And when I got it, it brought such a creative and imaginative like way of presenting things that I already enjoyed, like the Disney like movies and stuff that I loved as a kid.
Yes.
And I could relate to like being a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah.
I could relate to Sora as well. I thought the designs of Keyblades were really cool. I just loved so many aspects of it.
Yeah.
Without any of the controversy that you get a lot today, right? So you have to like think of it from a perspective of I had none of that baggage, right? I had none of the baggage that comes with Kingdom Hearts today with the overcomplicated plotline.
It used to be so simple.
The hate for the Disney merchandising.
Yes.
Like any of that.
Support me, brother. Give me all the evidence I need to hate this series. Keep it going.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
it's fresh.
I had none of that bias against it. So when I experienced it for the first time as a kid, I fell in love with that series. And the reason I took Pokemon out of this was because that would probably be my first answer.
Fair enough.
Like, I think
it is a good game.
I think Pokemon captured so many like kids' childhoods.
I think so. I don't think it captured mine, but it definitely got a snippet in near the end of like retro, of like early high school when I was playing Platinum for the first time. I was like, this is a great game. I'll tell you what. Speaking of retro, what game I fell in love with that I wish I had played when I was a kid, but knew for a fact it would have sucked. But I'm glad I played now.
Yeah.
Very complex, roundabout way of saying that.
I
do
know.
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, yeah.
Genuinely an incredible game because I came from that experience of like what games were like from a Nintendo point of view with the Nintendo 64 and playing Legend of Zelda, and then going into like having a new appreciation at the age of 27 or 8, I think, when I played that, 7 or 6, I think, actually, when I played that, and like being able to look at it and be amazed that my character was leaving footprints in the snow that the enemy guards were able to find.
It was the slight details that you could appreciate.
I was like, how is this possible back in like the PS1 or the PS... I think it was the PS1. Bartender. What was Metal Gear? You're already at Metal Gear. What was Metal Gear on?
Yeah, Metal Gear 1.
Was it on PS1? Yeah, Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
I think it was a PS1, which is...
I'd imagine so. It like...
Why is Metal Gear so famous? That's Metal Gear, not Metal Gear Solid. Sorry. The top answer was correct, and then the second one screwed you. Yep. Yeah, PS1.
PlayStation. Yep.
That's incredible. It was such an incredible game for that time period. The amount of like tech they could put into that.
Yeah, not
It
fair.
was, yeah, going back to that. Oh, what a good game series.
See, like,
Wow.
yeah.
You like retro games as well. Barkeep likes
Pikmin.
which is a good game.
I do enjoy Pikmin.
I think it's a very good game.
Well, originally released on the GameCube,
Yes.
but I played it on the Wii.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fair.
I think it was upgraded for the Wii when they got released for the Wii with the pointer and stuff.
No. You could play
Yeah.
old GameCube games on the Wii.
You could. I played. I think that's how I played the Wind Waker for the first time. I bought the Virtual Console for it on the Wii Game Store, and then I played on my Wii with the GameCube game, which you could technically already do if you bought the disc itself. Actually, so I think I did that. I bought the disc for it, and then I had a GameCube controller. That's how I played Wind Waker. Great game.
I
played almost all Zeldas.
the other retro game I enjoyed playing was the OG Pokemon Stadium.
Oh, classic.
And not
I played it recently.
and not the cups, like because part of the game is is
going through the different gyms,
the
battle.
gyms or stuff or the cups. I like playing the mini games.
Yeah. Pokemon party games, essentially, whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
The Clefairy copy school. I played it recently because I got my Switch 2 as well. And
The
it's on Nintendo as well.
the
drowsy hypno thing.
or the Cypher wood slicing.
Yes, that's in the second one, I believe.
Is it actually?
Yes, because on the first one. You have the Rattata race, you've got Pikachu and Voltorb charge something. My favourite, Lickitung eats sushi. And then you got they're going around the ring, and if you get like a hot cough, it goes.
But
I didn't think you would do it with me. you knew the assignment.
I did.
Barkeep just got her ears assaulted.
Sorry. But I don't know what it is. I think this is something very interesting. When video games were coming out when we were kids, I felt like the video game industry was also like a kid. Does that make sense? Like,
I know what you mean.
it was for something for children. And I think this is the problem when people talk about like video games have turned into this like, how do I put this?
It's corporatized.
Yeah, they have like
machine, corporization. I don't know. I kind of know what you mean.
You're getting sort of what I'm trying to get at, but like they don't have as much character or as much like
games back in the day.
Personality.
This is going to sound like bait or like just trying to get people riled up about it. But games back in the day genuinely were had that little hint of fun or joy of added details that you won't like. I've been thinking about it, like cosmetics and stuff that would normally be now priced as DLC or just things that would now be microtransactions are instead. Back in the day were just hidden unlocks, secret
you just
levels,
unlock them or stuff.
details.
But I think it's deeper than that. Like, I think the position of like gaming has moved away from making something fun for children, which I think essentially that's what it was across the board.
At least the games we played.
Well, name
GTA.
Would you really?
Yeah, I looked at GTA.
Would you really say that was like even GTA? Would you really say that was a game made for adults? Maybe like teens or like old teens, but adults.
It's getting there. Yeah, I mean the crime stuff. It's definitely
The strippers?
the strippers. Like yeah.
Okay, you got me.
Didn't want to come
got
out.
me.
I didn't want to come out and say it, but yes. I think a majority of games that we played at the time were meant for us.
Like,
and I think the problem is that the games we played for kids were really, really good. The games that are for kids these days are kind of not great. Like, the best you get is Astrobot, which was great, apparently. I didn't play it, but that's like a 1 in 1,000 where you get
I don't even see like games being made for children, except for and I'm really gonna sound like a Nintendo like fanboy after this episode, but I feel like Nintendo is the only company that still attempts to make good children's games or games for kids.
Games that work for all ages.
Yeah.
And are enjoyable. I agree. I think very rarely do you see other companies doing something similar.
Yeah, and it's not that I hate that video games have evolved to be more for adult content. I just think that we lost that personality along the way. Like, however, I do think that is changing. I do think over the last few years, especially like games released like this year specifically, we still get those games with that hint of personality, and most of them are all indie games, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how long. This was actually probably a while ago, but Hollow Knight was like an indie game that really captured like a whole bunch of audience.
About like 8 years ago.
It's been 8 years.
2017.
2017.
There you go. 8 years ago.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were
right.
really good.
Yeah.
I only say that because I've recently
Started playing Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight.
Be honest. Is it because Silk Song got announced in this year, or did you? Oh,
No,
it's because of your. It's because of Kay over there.
Yeah. I
It's
watched. I've had Hollow Knight on my console for a while.
Yeah.
Because it's just had really good like reviews, and like I did want to experience it, but I never got around to playing it. And then I saw Kay
Was playing it.
And I was like,
Oh, that looks like fun.
I should play that.
I'll tell you another indie game that I think is. I don't think it's too difficult. So I think it is good for kids, or at least kids can play it if they really try into it. Is Shovel Knight, when that came out ages ago.
Yeah.
Like
you're
that,
right.
especially with the cutesy and interesting and fun art style and that kind of thing. I think there are games coming out more and more that's really just more for everyone and works for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. They are more indie games these days because they're more
that capture that
Like
childlike wonder.
Undertale,
Like
Deltarune.
Undertale, Deltarune. These surprisingly are actually.
What have you found? The barkeep.
Just on the PlayStation.
Just looking at, like.
You're just seeing if you can find anything that you'd recommend to a child.
Splatoon, another Nintendo game.
But that's Nintendo again. Yeah.
Nowadays, like the rest of the industry, the video game industry.
Yeah, that's what
really
we're trying to
do that.
Lego.
Yeah, some Lego games.
Yeah, or
Lego, huh?
Some.
Well, not as in some are good, as in like more recently there have been some.
Yeah.
There have been Lego games, and I've heard that they're okay.
I remember the old like Lego Star Wars like those were I enjoyed those a lot.
I love those games. Oh man.
Man, this has been a trip down memory road.
Quite the trip down memory road, Caleb. Yeah.
Yeah. What did I say wrong?
It's memory lane. You tosspot. Are you serious?
I feel like you're nitpicking me.
It's a saying. It's a phrase.
I get it.
Say the right phrase. It's like saying, "Oh, we're up shit river without a paddle."
Really
You're like, "No, it's shit creek, you dumbass."
I'm really happy I can drink on this podcast.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say to you.
Nothing to say to me. Well, okay.
No, but thank you for exploring this.
Oh, I'm giving it a explore. You can always talk about it
coming
more.
down this road with me.
Yeah, I mean, there's still plenty more retro games to talk about and discuss, honestly, that I reckon plenty of people would benefit from playing and seeing how they shaped the future of the gaming industry. But speaking of games...
We've got a game of our own.
Bartender has got a game for us, yeah.
Fair. Okay, barkeep, what do we got?
Okay.
We've really got to work out a third microphone situation.
No.
That would be expensive.
And difficult. You can hear yourself talk.
If you want us to get us a third microphone, subscribe.
Good call to action.
There's my plug. There's my plug.
You want us to have higher quality stuff?
Subscribe. Like the video.
This is so shit.
You didn't have to add that bit.
Oh, I thought it was implied. Barkeep.
I was going to say, how long are you going to do a bit unmiked?
Oh, I can keep going.
I'm sure, yeah. Okay, what's the game?
So, the game that we're going to play today is a sort of word association-esque game. The idea is that each of you is going to say a letter, and the letter that Luke says needs to be the letter that the word starts with, and the letter that Caleb says needs to be the letter that the word ends with.
Okay.
This is gonna go terrible.
Like if he said L and I said K, it could be look.
Yes. I
I
really.
was really waiting for him to say lake. Or just my name.
That's what I thought he was going to say. Yes.
And so
I
you do.
get bullied here.
And rightfully so.
The word needs to have a minimum of 4 letters. No three letter
This is
words.
why we get paid the big bucks. And we're on the mic.
Because we know 4-letter words.
No, because we don't stuff up our... Continue, Bucky.
Go
please.
on, go on.
That's pretty much the rules of the game.
Okay.
So
Are we
if
themed?
we can do a theme if you want.
Only Final Fantasy characters. No, let's do something a bit simpler than that.
I was gonna say you could do video game characters, maybe.
Do you want to try video game characters?
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go
Alright.
for it.
I
Wait.
will keep score.
Thank you.
Okay.
Keep score.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what we're talking about. I'm going to dub over that with...
Okay.
There we go.
I'm not good with words on the best day. Spelling is gonna be my crux here.
Alright, so I'll count you in.
Like
Your what?
crux. Like
Yeah, not Cruxy.
I didn't say crux.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
He said crux here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crux.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's a space.
Crux here. It really sounded like you said Croxy. I was
What
like,
is a cruxy? What was
good
a cru-
fucking question.
Are you ready?
No, but yes, we'll
So
begin.
I'll count you in. I'll go 3, 2, 1, and then you will both say a letter. And then
Okay.
it is the first person to say a word after that.
Okay, and we're doing video game characters.
Video game character.
I start. My letter is the starting letter. His is the ending letter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Ten. Ton.
Train. I'm sure there's a
Be
train.
video game
I'm
character.
sure there's a video game character called Train. Cold Train. Tin. Nope, that's a 3-letter word. Tiny Tim. That's him. No, fuck, that's G. Thin. Is there a character called Thin? Someone look it up.
This is very bad.
This is terrible.
I have an answer.
You have an answer?
This happened. This happened last time. Tron.
Yeah.
Tron?
I think,
It's
I
a
think-
video game.
I think that works.
Tron?
Is Tron the name of the character though?
No.
Yeah.
But it's the name of the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the name of the
that
world.
might- that
We're
might
in
not
Tron.
count. That might not count.
It can be
Tin Man. Is Tin Man a character in a video game somewhere?
In a movie.
There's a video game adaptation of that, I'm certain. It's probably for the SNES.
Start thinking Nintendo.
Thon. Thin. Than. Thane.
Are we calling it?
Yeah, I'm calling it. I can't think of it. Can you think of it? No?
Tom Nook from Animal Crossing.
It's got an end
Ah.
in N.
And,
hap-
yeah.
And does it have to end?
Yeah.
Yes.
I said I have it again, Kat.
Happen again!
We're not stupid.
With full confidence, she looked at us
Yeah.
and went, Tom Nook.
Tom,
You idiot. Wait.
you idiot.
Alright, I don't think there's a.
Because it was like first name, last name. That word.
No, I know what you did.
I can see what you went for, but.
Okay.
Okay.
Character called Tavern.
Tavern!
What? In what game?
I don't know.
I claim it. We'll try again. We'll try again.
Okay.
3,
More
2,
back.
1.
P.
B.
P. Pu. Poob. Phoebe.
Yeah.
Short for Phoebe. This is such a hard game.
I think we've mucked ourselves up with video game characters.
Okay, let's try not doing
Okay,
it.
okay.
Names and characters. Then it's a first name, last name. The last name has to start with the second letter. First name has to start with the first letter.
We can try that.
That's
Alright.
Do you want to try that?
We can't even get the OG game down. We're changing rules already.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as we're on the same page.
Alright, you ready?
Alright, so you're the last name, I'm the first name.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
C.
S.
Cloud Strife. I predicted he would say S! Yes! First real point of the game
Very good.
to me.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
A.
L.
Fuck, he didn't say G. A, L.
I cannot think.
don't think it's-
How many video game characters actually have last names though?
Not a lot. I was really hoping you would say G so I could say Aerith Gainsborough. I was just going to go through the Final Fantasy VII cast. What's Tifa's last name? Is there an AL? Can you think of one?
I think we have to go back to single word.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's...
Well, you can keep your point though.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't going to lose it.
Take the theme away.
Yeah, take the theme
Yeah,
away.
yeah, that's what I mean. That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
single
yeah.
word, anything.
Yeah.
Minimum 4 letters.
Minimum 4 letters.
3, 2, 1.
G.
X. Gax.
That's 3 letters.
Damn it. Double X at the end.
Give him the point. Sure. You chose X?
What did you say?
Gax.
Gax.
With a double X as well. G. What?
G-Max.
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 G-Maxing.
I guess G-Max has the G-MAX. So
Sure, that counts as a 4th letter. It doesn't, but... Well, MAX.
It's
MAX is 4 letters.
I'm good at counting, guys.
3, 2, 1.
Y.
L.
Yule. Like
I
Yule log.
Yeah,
No.
Ends with an E.
Y-U-E-L? Oh, yeah, Y-U-L-E. Shivers, you're right. Y'all. Y apostrophe all.
Does
Nailed.
that count?
Think of a better one.
Okay.
You can't. It can't be done. Is y'all in the Oxford Dictionary?
Dictionary?
And Google
Uh,
AI says it. Stop looking at Google AI!
If it is, it is.
For something brief, do I really need to click on a link?
The second one is actually accurate. There you go. I don't trust Google.
I can't wait for all
I trust the search results.
I can't wait for all the comments to be like just a list of words that we should have just said.
All 3 of them. All 3 of the comics.
3, 2, 1.
B.
A. I have to think of a letter.
Okay,
Banana.
B. Give me the point. I think we're 2 for 2.
No, we're not. 2 for 1, I think. Yeah.
I think
You
we're-
didn't give him Gax? I didn't give him Gax.
Where's my Gax when I need it?
Justice for Gax.
They killed my boy.
3, 2, 1.
T.
10.
10?
10. Make it well with the number 10 and T.
Tent.
Shit! Give him the point. That's brilliant.
He's done it again.
He's done it again, the bloody bastard.
I've been duped.
He deserves it. That's a point.
What are we going to?
Well, until I die.
How about we go best out of 5?
Yeah.
First 2, 5.
First to 5.
Okay, fine. First 2, 5.
We've already done 5 rounds.
That's true.
3, 2, 1.
L.
At V.
I keep saying L. Val.
I thought of it too. God damn it. What is wrong with me? Val works.
V-A-L-L.
What?
V-O-W-E-L is right there.
Even better.
It's vile.
What are you... What
No,
is...
vile ends with E.
No, it doesn't.
Well, it does.
V-I-A-L.
But you can also have VILE, which is what he's saying.
Oh,
hate-
okay. Vile puke.
I-
rather than
I-
vile container.
I hate English.
Let's just go back to the much worse crime. What the hell is V-A-L-L?
Val.
And explain what that is.
I don't know. I assumed it was a word.
It's not. It's not.
But
You
you...
getting a point?
Yeah, he gets a point for vowel.
I don't think Caleb actually said the word
I don't
vile in there.
didn't.
I
No.
don't
He
know.
said vowel.
Vowel.
Yes. Who said vile?
I did.
And then he said that ends with an E.
Which
And
I
then
was
got-
correct.
Yeah, but I was just like, but the word she's saying is the one that you contain liquid in, you ass.
2 to 3.
I'm losing.
3, 2, 1.
D.
Damn. D-A-M-E. Damn.
No, Dame is D-A-M-E.
What's a damn?
D-A-M-N or D-A-M? I'm taking that point for Dame.
He did say it.
I really hope you're going to be able to put the letters that you guys have said over the top, because I really thought you both just said D and was really confused.
No, I
No,
said
he said
E.
You said it at the same time. I'll remember.
3, 2, 1.
C.
V.
Couve. Clove.
I was going to say clove, but that's E.
He's learning. Is there any word that starts with C and ends with V?
I'm sure there is. But are we smart enough to figure it out?
Are there many words that end in V?
Chav.
I think it's
It's
an
like
E
a slang.
again.
No,
I-
chav. C-H-A-V. Look it up. You're not currently Googling. And please, for the love of God, do not use the AI overview for evidence.
Please do. Yeah, there you
Chav, a young person of a type characterized by coerce and brash behavior with connotations of low social status. Oh,
go.
it's
For
you.
some reason... I was going to say, for some reason, they've got a
picture of
picture
me.
of you there.
I could tell you were going at.
Okay,
It's
Luke
British
can,
slang.
It's British slang. Oh, you
What's
chav.
the score? What's the score?
Luke can win here. It's
I can win
4-3.
4-3.
Oh, okay. Let me think of a letter before you. That's the problem. You go too quick, and then
3, 2, 1.
P.
I hadn't thought of one.
You have so much time.
No, I said wait.
And then in between the time when she started,
I panicked.
it was like I
I
panicked.
thought of one. Yes.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
N.
Nobbo.
Woo. Knob. Define to me a knobber.
A small knob.
It's the Aussie version of the British slang.
Yeah.
You're a knob.
You're a knob.
knobber.
You're a knobber.
I'm not counting that.
N and O. No.
Keep thinking of Nobbo.
Such a stupid word. Nobbo. I just sound like a weird goblin. Hello, I'm Nobbo the goblin. That's my only character trait. N and O. That's what I've been saying. No. 3 O's. No. No. What a Spanish word. No. No. I can't think of any.
No, never can I. Okay, moving on.
New round.
Nacho.
You
Oh!
Damn it! I said Spanish as well!
3.
Nitro.
Hey, good job.
Do I get the
Great.
point?
No.
We moved
Oh.
on.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
No.
No, we had that one already.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Ah. Did you say M or N?
M.
M for Michael.
Yes!
Motor.
Shit.
Motor.
I don't know, he said it very straight.
Motor.
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 Mo-
Motor.
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 We're Australian, mate. We're not American, nor are we English. You went from American to English, and we had to tell you our pronunciation.
Am I right though?
Yes, you are correct.
Thank you.
Motor.
So it's-
4
Next.
for 4.
4-4.
Yeah.
I've got this. I've got this in the bag.
I'm gonna
You'll
lose.
look so stupid.
I'm-
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I can't look more
Let me
stupid than
think.
you.
Let me think.
I'm ready.
I'm not. Okay, I'm ready. I've got
27
one. I've got
options.
3, 2, 1.
L.
one. H. Laugh.
Shit, yeah, that works. He got it.
How many letters are there in the alphabet?
I said 27. I don't know why I said 27.
26.
Yes.
Yeah. I added a letter.
I can't believe I won.
Good job, butter.
I started
Good job,
off-
butter. That's what I said, apparently.
Butter.
Good job, butter. Butter.
Did you have one for H? For
Lash.
Lash.
Yeah, L-A-S-H.
Yeah.
You got the word laugh.
Oh, I laugh.
What a laugh. What a larrikin.
The last laugh goes to me. That was like
It was fun.
That was fun. I feel like we're awful at these though.
We're terrible. You know what we could do? We could try to do a word association type game, but we got to try and reach the same word.
That-
So we both say one word, and then we go, okay, what's related to those two
Oh,
words?
yeah.
And we see how close we can get.
Next time.
Or now? No, next
No,
time.
no,
Next
no.
time. Yes.
Oh. Has your week been pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's been all right.
Besides this moment.
Where I'm wallowing in defeat and sadness.
I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah, the week's been all right. Trying to
know-
think what's happened. Not much.
More importantly,
Yeah.
what I've done this week is I've gone and seen...
What a great way to start a conversation. How's your week been? Yeah, it's been all right. You know what I've done this week?
More importantly...
Shut up about what you're talking about. I'm important.
I went and saw a movie.
Did you?
Moving on.
Caleb, why are
No,
we talking
no,
about this like we
I-
haven't discussed this already?
I watched How to Train Your
You
Dragon.
did.
The new remake.
Yeah, well, you didn't go
The
to
live action.
You didn't go to cinema to watch the cartoon one, did you?
There were-
These live action is shit.
If they were
He doesn't look real at all.
if they were re-showing,
I'd go watch it.
I'd go watch it.
Yeah, they're good. They're good movies. You know my favorite thing I saw online about How to Train Your Dragon live action that someone was making a complaint about, but it wasn't really a complaint.
Is it the twins?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it was they're like it's live action, but the dragons are animated.
Oh god,
So it was like
I can't believe it.
they're dragons. What did you want?
I'm actually shocked you said that to me.
I know.
They looked extremely real in the movie.
With their square eyes and their Toothless has got square eyes. Or rectangular eyes?
He's
Does it not?
round.
No, the pupils, not the actual eyeballs. The pupil parts.
I'm pretty sure
Look up a
they're-
picture of
I'm-
Toothless.
I'm pretty sure they're round.
No, I've seen pictures of them. Okay, don't look too close.
Don't look too
They're
close.
kind of look at that. They're kind of squared off.
What?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Never mind. You go back to the animated one, as in the animation one.
Minecraft.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking you were going to like.
Because I swear I've seen a clip of the animation one, like the actual original one. Look at that. That's square.
Bring up the big version.
I can't. It's
So am I. Depression.
That's the best I can do for you.
Okay.
That's kind of square.
That's so round.
That's kind of square.
Anyway,
Your circles are way too fucking straight. If that's your circle, you're fucking up. Anyway, the movie. They'll understand.
How dare you talk about my circles that way?
I'm sorry. In all months to do it.
Overall, I was really pleasantly surprised about the
Yeah.
live action. I thought it was such a faithful remake of
The original.
the original. And I think it avoided some of the big issues that a lot of live action has these days, where they change the story, like basically to a point where it's nearly unrecognizable.
Mm-hmm.
To name a few, the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs,
yeah.
Lilo and Stitch
Lilo and
that
Stitch
just
that came out.
Um,
Saying a lot of great memes of people comparing Lilo and Stitch and
we'll throw a few up there.
yeah. Well, there's the one where the Simpson meme where it's the guy smacking the back of the head of the kid. It's like that's how you do something.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's DreamWorks and it's Disney and the kid's Disney. DreamWorks is smacking the back of the head. That's how you do a
do it.
live action remake.
that is
That's the one I've
that
like.
is funny.
It's pretty good. I'm happy that people are enjoying it because it's
Well,
a movie.
I don't know. I haven't read many reviews about what other people are thinking, but this is just from my perspective of seeing it.
I've only heard good things.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I've heard like a lot of people saying this is actually a good remake.
And they did some things really, really good. I'm gonna preference this here. If you don't want spoilers for the movie, then we'll put a timestamp and you can jump ahead.
I should do that there. I'm not going to put it in front of my face, or maybe I will right now. Down
You
there.
should.
I'll do that.
Um,
More work for me. Yay.
But something they did really well in the movies is they actually deepened some of the characters, like flaws. Like one of the characters. Do you remember Snotgrout? I don't think I'm pronouncing Snotlout.
Barely. Which one is Snotlout?
He's the one that's trying to win over Astrid. He's like the
he's like the jock.
The jock.
Yeah.
One.
I remember him. He's the bully.
They actually give him like he's neglected by his father.
Okay.
And that's why he's always trying to.
They deepened the reasons.
They deepened the reason for the characters.
For his character.
The twins were probably like the weakest characters in the thing, but they were still occasionally like funny, and I enjoyed watching them interact.
That's good. Sorry, Barkeep put up some a basic review score quickly. It's 77 for reviewers by the looks of it, and 98 by audience, which that's pretty high praise. Both.
Can you look up the original? Just for comparison, I want to see
good old Rotten Tomatoes.
The animation one. But the only criticism that really I'm
99 from critics and 91 from audience.
So
the
audiences tended to like the live action more. Is that what I'm reading?
Maybe possibly. We need more reviews to come through because that's over many years.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The only real like criticism I would say that people might have is that it's too much of shot by shot. You could basically watch both of them side by side, and you'd probably get the exact same.
Interesting.
Exact same movie.
I think that's kind of a hot take. I do agree with you. I think there are some people who'd be like, no, that's what it should be. A shot for shot complete remake done in live action. I think there should be some semblance of a little bit more creativity added to it, because otherwise my problem with live action remakes is, well, I could watch this, or I could watch the animated one, which I just kind of prefer.
Yeah, and what makes me really want to watch the live action over the one I already enjoy. And the only reason I think it works here, and this is a deeply personal thing, I would say that How to Train Your Dragon is probably the only movie I might consider like a perfect movie.
Okay.
And that's probably, I think some people might share that opinion.
Some people I reckon would.
But I generally think that How to Train Your Dragon like hits all the right boxes. Like for me.
I think it's one of those films that as an adult I still enjoy as much when I saw it as a kid. It's like that and WALL-E are some of the animated movies that I watch.
I've never seen WALL-E. Like WALL-E the robot, like WALL-E.
Yeah, which WALL-E did you think I meant?
All I could think about was Where's WALL-E?
My favourite film. You just sit there and go, there he is!
No, generally I was like, there might be a Where's WALL-E movie that I don't know.
Dude, we have just predicted the next animated film. The perfect movie. Where's WALL-E?
You know what?
We sit there in silence and go, got him.
I'm not even joking. I would go watch that.
I would too. It would. You know who it would star? It would star Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart.
That makes me want to go
and Jack Black.
That makes me want to go see it less.
Jack Black is the yellow and black striped guy. Sorry, I've derailed you there. But
no.
Animated movie. These are the films that we kind of agree is somewhat perfect or close to that point.
Yeah, I think, and that's why I think that the fact that they did basically a shot by shot was the correct move. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you've already got something that people will consider perfect, if you change anything of it, either you've got to meet perfection with what you're changing it, or you're just risking it not being as good as the original.
I see what you mean. It's a gamble, and they took a safer option, and they probably paid off for it.
I think they did as well, especially with how live action has been portrayed.
Yeah,
over
honestly,
the last few years.
We could talk a lot about live action. We talked about remakes of games, but we could only talk a lot about live action movies. Why am I getting looks?
Yes, that corner.
It's a Where's WALL-E TV. You know, I knew about the TV series.
We're talking about movies.
Sorry, sometimes it's really funny to look back at Tech Corner with our barkeep and just be like, why is she on Wikipedia with WALL-E?
Why is she giving us weird looks?
No, I remember that TV show. That's a fun TV show. He would travel around the world. It's like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, honestly?
I've never seen it.
There's no movie though.
No, there's no movie. But that is the next. They're always turning kids shows into movies. That's the next one, I reckon. But Like, yeah, remakes.
Okay, is that the?
Look at those square eyes.
Yeah.
See those?
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Animated, live action was round.
Yeah.
Hey, look, a change.
A change.
And it's all the worse off for
I agree.
it. But, yeah, like, we could talk for ages about not just live action remakes, but just remakes in general, but mostly live action with the recent ones, like with Lilo and Stitch, which I've heard about.
It's extremely disappointing.
A lot of people were very upset, specifically with the ending. And like, I'll just say for posterity, like, if you want to skip, go here. I think you can come back from. You can probably come back from How to Train Your Dragon spoilers.
But at
We didn't really talk about
the
spoilers.
same time, if you want to save yourself,
Like, don't go see the movie because they changed the massive. Like, they removed characters.
they remove characters. They completely.
Gantu is not in the movie at all.
No.
The main villain of the original. They changed character motivations with the two alien scientists. The alien scientist that comes down, he becomes the bad guy.
Pleakley and
Jabba.
Jabba.
Yeah.
I'm impressed you remembered Pleakley. Like, I love Pleakley, but I don't remember that
He's
character's
my
name.
favorite crossdresser.
Mine's James from Pokemon, but
Doctor.
But like the major
Support
part.
your local crossdresser.
Don't.
I don't think I said anything bad.
No, I don't. I know. It's something that you stop and you're like, was there something bad in there?
What did he say?
But like, it's fine, I guess. Yeah.
Go
Do it.
on.
Anyway, the main problem that they do with Lilo and Stitch is they separate the sisters at the very end. And,
Yeah,
and
like-
Ohana no longer means family.
Yeah, I think it defeats the entire purpose of the film.
It changes the whole core narrative and story arc of the film because the whole point of the original is Ohana means family. We don't leave family behind.
Yeah.
That's the lesson that Stitch learns. That is the core like struggle that is Nana as she's trying to look after Lilo. Is it Nana? Nani. Sorry.
Nani.
Like the Japanese word for what? I'm not wrong. That's the Japanese word for what.
I know.
I just have a connection for it. But is it really Nani?
Yes.
It is. Why do I think Nana? Anyway, the major core for Nani
Is trying to keep
keep the family together.
Yeah, keep Lilo together after they lost their parents.
After they lost their parents, and that she's given up, her surfing days as being like a champion surfer, and she's given up all this stuff, and she has to get a job to prove to the foster people that she can look after Lilo. And to have her at the end of the day, and people have pointed this out, it's really funny, but she says, I have to go off to America to study in college to do like marine science.
Marine biology.
Marine biology, thank you, that's the word. Marine biology, and everyone online has been like, did they not realize that Hawaii
has
the
the
best
best
marine biology courses?
And that natives get it for free.
Yeah! You're like, you've not only have you destroyed the main concept of this movie, you've done it the wrong way around.
And you've also, it shows that they haven't done their research. They haven't cared about the original product or their original audiences. And I don't think that there's a point where you go, I want to make this for a new, younger audience.
Yeah.
That is okay. Like, I don't think there's a problem with that specifically. But I don't know what message...
I was going to ask.
Like, what message you're trying to send to you.
What is the core message?
Especially to, like, children.
Yeah, like, abandon your family, pursue your dreams. That's kind of... And I think Nani's not even a main character. She's a main character, but she's not a lead character. It's meant to be Lilo and Stitch in the movie. But, like, what is the main message this movie is trying to put forward? Because, yes, pursuing your dreams is good, but, like, the whole... It's polar opposite to the original movie. Of look after your family, don't leave them behind.
Well, it's not even look after your... I wouldn't say it's look after your family, but hold on to the things that you find important in your life, which for Nani,
That's true. There are some people who don't have a great situation with their family.
Yeah, it's Lilo.
It's Lilo. It's the last it's the last bits of her family.
Exactly.
Because she's lost her
And then
parents.
it becomes Stitch once Stitch becomes integral to that.
Yeah.
And then even I forget the boyfriend's name.
Oh, that guy, who helps out.
Well,
he's a cool character, but I forget him.
David. But even after David shows that he doesn't care about Nani's situation, and
he just wants to
be there for her and be like, I'm here to support you. Like, yes, I like you,
taking
but,
you as you are rather than what.
Yeah, I don't want to change your situation. I want to just make your life better. But it's those kinds of messages that I think you should show kids. Like, you know, keep the things that support your life and like make your life important.
Yeah.
And fight for those things. And the scene that like sticks to me in the original Lilo and Stitch is when Nani is screaming at Agent Bubbles, which they also removed.
Slightly. He was there, but he was not the same kind of character. There's a second character they have who acts as the foster gut person.
Yes.
And yeah, because we can't have a combo of an ex-CIA and a foster in one go.
Yeah. But
Kay's nodding, so I know I'm right.
yeah. But you know what I mean. But she's arguing with like
with the foster person and Bubbles.
like begging them not to take her away.
Sorry, yes, in original Bubbles. Yeah.
And she's trying to convince them that she is what Lilo needs.
Yeah, and look, as having worked with children for a long time in my other careers and jobs, like foster care is incredibly difficult. I don't want to shoot down foster care because it is useful and good for...
It has its purpose.
It has its purposes, and there are downsides that don't work out, but like, I don't want to try and say that we're portraying foster care as like an evil, because that happens sometimes in media and it's not always accurate. But 10 out of 10 times, children who grow up in their own family without this problem of foster care have much less problems.
Yeah.
Unless they have a really good foster parent kind of thing. And the idea of like, that's the reason Nani is trying to stick with Lilo is because she's caring for her and it's going to help her. It just seems so backwards to completely destroy that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think there's...
Do you want to know?
Yeah, did we fuck anything up and it's all completely backwards? Or?
No. This is an explanation of what their intention was.
Oh, yes, let's hear it so that I can either disagree with it or...
Yeah.
So they say that while Nani planned to relieve her guardianship to the state at the behest of the social worker, Tutu offers to adopt Lilo under her care.
Her neighbour.
Yep.
Okay.
She wasn't thinking about returning to school or anything else until Tutu and Lilo push her to do so. With Lilo now under the care of a family friend, Nani has the opportunity to get her degree. It says the ending, while people were upset about this change as they feel it is disrespecting Ohana, the ending is paying service to the phrase that Nani herself also doesn't get left behind in her life and dreams. That
sure.
Yeah.
Nani is a person whose aspirations shouldn't be forgotten or abandoned. Nani is only a portal blast away from seeing her little sister, and Lilo has not been forgotten or left behind because she is still with Stitch, Tutu, and their newfound family in Cobra Bubbles and Pleakley.
Cobra Bubbles and Pleakley, but not the other alien.
No, because he's the bad
guy.
guy. He's the bad guy in the remake.
Jumbo.
So essentially what they're saying is that Lilo is still living with family and that Nani can portal back and that Nani has gone to do her degree because they're saying that in her giving up... They're saying that they can still have their family without her giving up her dreams for it.
Yeah, I see what they're saying. I think there's some level of a cop-out here in story writing.
Yes.
And I think like I understand their intention on that. But in terms of writing, like...
They changed in the original. Nami's profession was surfing the championship.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, she got a job at selling surfboard. Like, she was doing what she loved. In the remake, they changed her motive, like, what her
Sure,
motivations
yeah.
Which is what I've heard people...
Why
would they change that?
Without having seen the movie, my understanding is that what they're going for is that family isn't just blood, because they're saying that the neighbour is also part of the family, and that they're empowering Nani by giving her the ability to still go to school.
Yeah.
I think...
I agree that that's what they were
going
for, but I think they did a really bad job
fumbled.
of the choices that they made in story
Yeah.
writing.
So I think
the problem is that they've done it to a story that already had a different ending, and people aren't happy about the change.
Because the ending it fundamentally goes backwards on the ending a lot. in other ways.
They
I
only
think-
had one native consultant
Yeah.
as well. They didn't have anyone native working on the project themselves. They had one consultant
Okay, cool.
to help them.
Interesting.
So from all
Is
that,
what I've heard.
from all that, I can understand, like, this isn't like a sole problem. It wasn't an intentional
No.
cop out or whatever we want to
No,
say.
I-
It wasn't intentionally.
I think someone wrote this with the intention of telling a new idea or another side of
Yeah,
the story.
yeah.
Really, really heartfelt. I think they fumbled because I think Lilo and Stitch is not the film for that. Because I think that's a film that really, really gets into. Oh, okay. Fluff.
Go on.
A film that really gets into. You threw me off with your smile. It film that really gets into that other side and of the argument of family staying together, of making sacrifices for your relationships, be them blood or not, and them choosing to take the sort of the other angle and try to tell it from a different way where you can not do that, where you don't have to make those sacrifices, or the sacrifices come from someone else, from the younger, because
Yeah.
that's really what it is. Lilo is now making the sacrifice of living with someone else,
Yeah.
which may not be a massive sacrifice.
I think still the problem I have is that why couldn't we have told this story in a way that in the end that everyone still achieves their dream like it happens in the original.
That's
right?
the thing.
Like it doesn't, like, I get the idea that you still want to empower like Nani and her dream still gets to be fulfilled. But why in the end does that require Nani also giving up Lilo as like her guardian or whatever? I feel like there should be a middle ground where, because this is at the end of the day, this is a movie, this is a piece of fiction. We can get that happy ending.
Yeah.
Especially when it's for kids. We can get that happy ending.
get that happy ending.
We can get to the point where everyone's dreams come true.
I think the problem, because I think they're trying to go for that Lilo has her dream, 'cause she's still got her family. But I think the problem with that ending is it feels like a cop out from what it sounds like.
Yeah.
This is their neighbor. I don't know how long they've lived next to that neighbor. Why hasn't that neighbor offered to adopt Lilo before? This has still been a problem for a while. Why, if that neighbor has this kind of relationship with Nani and Lilo, why didn't she offer it to Nani and Lilo?
I'm gonna ask a quick question. How, to the person who's seen the movie, how often before that point are the neighbors involved? Like, how often do they appear?
All the time.
Like,
Okay.
all the
They're
time?
consistently put
Okay,
into the
this
movie.
is consistently portrayed. Okay, well that, like, I do get that then.
They're
Like,
setting it
then
up.
They've set these people up to be their Ohana as well.
It just feels like it's not as satisfying, or it's the kind of thing. I don't know, but that's the thing with remakes. You either nail it like How to Train Your Dragon, or you fumble it by doing something fundamentally different.
Yeah, too
Too
far
far.
away from the original.
Yeah. Whereas like How to Train Your Dragon succeeded on a safe bet by just recreating the original, but in live action.
It was the original director for How to Train Your Dragon as well.
That helps a lot.
That does help a lot.
Original director helps so much. You keep that exact same vision, and they can just do it with and they can even fix mistakes they don't like. Hence the deepening of the characters.
Yeah. Anyway, Luke, I think the tavern's closing at the moment.
Yeah, I'm at the end of my cup as well, so that's kind of the sign that it's time to leave.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us once again for Tavern Banter. Hopefully, we can see you next time, next fortnight, I
Next
believe.
fortnight, every fortnight, yes. Remember to like, comment, let us know your thoughts on the Lilo and Stitch,
Or your favorite video game from childhood.
yeah, or whether or not that game was entertaining. I found it entertaining. Or if we just did the other game that we talked about.
Yes.
Yeah, show some love. Otherwise,
Cheers.
cheers. That's good, Swill.
That's good. Empty cup.
You finished your drink, you fool.
No, I had a little bit. I had a little bit at the bottom.
You better stop that recording right now. That's still going.